What is going on, everybody? I'm Legionnaire. Welcome. I'm here to talk about the Halo Infinite campaign overview. Chat, we watched it, we checked it out. It looks sick. I'm excited to play it. I'm excited to see what's going on with Master Chief and this new guy who's been stranded for a while. Looks like 6 months, most likely, they said in the trailer. Um, yeah, let's hop right into it. So they start you off with a quick look at what you can assume is Cortana, um, and she disappears. Then you see the new guy, and they're on the ship. It really just looks like just him and Chief, and I think they're keeping it that way for a while. It seems simple, you know. And I know that a few years ago they said they were going with more simpler stories, because Halo 5 kind of blew up in their face when they tried to get all complicated. So, yeah, so far they just shown these two. And while I like that, I'm very curious to see, who else is here? Is the Arbiter around? Is Lasky around? If there's one of the few things that came out of Halo 4 and 5 that were good was Lasky and that Spartan that's always with him, that lady Spartan that I don't remember. And it would be a shame to throw all of 343's characters out. Improve on them, make them better. Now, we've only seen a very, very small snippet of the campaign, so I have no idea if they show up later. I have no idea if these characters are involved. They have to be, right? My theory is that the beginning of the game has not been shown to us at all. This 6-month period where the guy is sitting in the ship by himself, and then he finds the Chief floating. This is all after a huge battle, right? Where they probably tried to stop Cortana. The one that Master Chief and Arbiter were going on with Locke at the end of Halo 5, which was like a huge tease that we never got to see. So there's no way that they would deprive us of seeing that. I think we're going to get a huge battle. And it's going to be on this Halo ring probably somewhere. It's going to be a huge battlefield. And they're going to have Arbiter cameo, a Locke cameo, and maybe a Buck cameo, maybe Lasky, people of the UNSC Infinity. I think it's going to be the first mission. You know how usually Halo missions start off with some, what is it? The first 2 games had a ship under attack, when Chief was woken up or found or whatever. So, I think that's what's going to happen. Chief's going to be on the ship with the squad, and they're all going to get fucking wiped out. They're all going to get, destroyed. Now, I don't think they're going to be killed. I think they're either going to be captive. Some of them are going to be killed. For example, Locke, most likely gone. I think he's gone. Yeah. Buck, maybe we could run into Buck, who's been captured by the main villain or whatever. Atriox is I'm assuming the main villain, but they keep showing this other brute that did the big speech in the last one. So I am not sure what to expect, but whoever is on here, wreaking havoc, maybe they have some of the Spartans, some of the Marines. Lasky could be there. It could be like a Keys style mission from Halo 1 where you rescue him. And then, maybe Lasky, sacrifices himself or something. I really hope not. I hope Lasky sticks around. He was a cool character. They even did that show, Halo something, where they, showed his origins in the cadet academy, whatever, of the UNSC. And, while Halo 4 was a mixed bag, I still think, Lasky was one of the good things. He had a good rapport with Chief. He understood him on the ships. So I think keeping him around would be really, really cool. He's going after, the mission is to go after the weapon when they start, the trailer here. And the weapon is the new AI Cortana, which is like the fake Cortana. She's not really Cortana. She looks different from Cortana. They make sure to differentiate her face, but it's the same voice actor. So I don't know what they're going for here. Maybe somebody that Master Chief could imprint on, and he'll get attached to her like he did Cortana. And then Cortana will come back and she'll be like, oh, got a new model, didn't you? Huh? What am I? Chopped liver? Damn. Man, it's going to cause a huge problem but she's the weapon. So she's says in the trailer here, you know, she's meant to lock down Cortana. She doesn't know why though, which means nobody's told her that. Nobody's told her that Cortana freed the AIs from, UNSC control. And will that change her mind in helping Chief? Will that change the new Cortana's mind in, not mind, she's an AI computer, but will she change to help Cortana? Will Cortana corrupt her? Who knows? The bandage bases are looking sick. I like the bases. I like the variety. They have a lot of stuff around. It's open. And then they have the inside sections, which look very good, reminiscent of the Covenant bases in the old Halo games, the Forerunner with the bluish look. Here it's all red, and I think it looks great. The wildlife, the birds, the areas looked very nice. I liked seeing all the birds around. You remember the original teaser? They showed like their version of mooses and rhinos running around and shit. So are we gonna see some rhinos? Can we kill some rhinos? Is this gonna be Halo Reach all over again? Where everybody just kills the what is it, the moo-moos, the birds? The new Cortana says it's been 6 months. That is a long time for the Chief to be out of commission. Now, I think it's only because, the guy in the ship finds him and plugs him in that he even comes back. So if nobody would have found the Chief, would he just been sitting out in space this whole time? Oh my God. What happened? See what I mean when I tell you they definitely gotta end up showing, like, it has to be the prologue of the game where they show this big battle and you got the Arbiter on one side, you got Locke on the other, Lasky leading the troops in, blah blah blah. And I think it's gonna be Atriox, not this other banished leader that's on the ring. Atriox most likely will like demolish this fleet. And they came in unprepared or whatever. But with all them AAA badasses on the ship, like, you're telling me they couldn't stop Atriox? So this is going to be a huge battle if we do see it. So they showed that you can order vehicles. There's vehicle destinations. There's vehicle stations. Kind of reminding me of the Borderlands vehicle pickups. Where you can order them on the computer and then you can get yourself in there. And it looks like you can just fly across the maps. That's awesome. It looks great. It makes the game look really good, and you can fly a Banshee, you can fly the Wasp, you can, whatever you can fly around, you can drive around. Can you go to the top of the buildings and just stand on top of them? Not buildings, the Forerunner pillars and the mountains. Can you go to the top of mountains? Can you fly across the entire map? Or is it going to be segmented? They did show these parts of the map when you go to the mini map. They show these parts that are segmented, and they look like sections that you go to either later or sections that you have to load into. So I'm feeling like the areas are going to be kind of Borderlands-esque, where you go from one big area with, like, where the campaign, the first fourth of the campaign takes place here. Then you go to a different area, and it's going to be similar, but it's going to have, different bases, different mountains, different areas. You can go from one section to the other to do a mission and then go back to the other section, most likely. Maybe that's the way it is, It's kind of hard to tell. The best description we have is last year's gameplay reveal. So I guess we can only look to that until we get more campaign footage. But yeah, being able to order vehicles so that you can fly around is going to be great. And it'll save you having to always drive around or always walk around, and it'll let you explore more high areas, places that are off. Maybe there's a cave on the top of a mountain or something, who knows. Now, we talked about the banished bases, but one of the things that I was looking at is, if they're all kind of similar, are they, hopefully they have enough variety so that you be able to go around and do different bases, but they won't look the same. That's kind of one of the concerns I have with this preview or overview that we saw of the campaign. We kind of got the same thing as last year, just polished up and edited, to be more montage-like and show a lot. It obviously shows a lot more. But I'm kind of worried, like, are there no other type of areas? Is this all banished bases, um, forerunner areas, and the trees and grass? There's no snow areas, there's no sand areas, there's no other areas in the campaign. Different, like, a little bit of variety. The second Halo, this is basically the second mission of Halo CE, but extended into a full campaign. Now, obviously, there's more to it than that. I'm oversimplifying by 1,000, but if all we see are these trees and grass areas, you're gonna want to see some different areas. Halo games usually take you to a variety of locations on the Halo ring or planet that they're on. So I really hope they do. Now, this isn't a huge concern for me because why is it okay for a game like Far Cry 6 to be on the same island? But Halo, you get the trees for most of the campaign and everybody's complaining. So it's not really a huge deal with me. I'm not really, that butthurt about it. It would be nice to see, some of the sand areas like that Behemoth map. I think it's Behemoth with the sand and the rail that encircles you, an area with that kind of aesthetic for the campaign, kind of like how Halo 2 had a couple areas like that. Halo 5 had the Covenant planet. Not that the campaign was great, but one of the highlights was going to, I think it was Sanghelios. No, I forgot what it's called, but it was a Covenant planet, and it was the best part of the campaign, which I kind of look forward to seeing that again. We got a new look at the Banished General from the showcase last year. Now, this was a hologram towards the middle of the trailer, but it looks like it's in game, and it could be like those holograms you see of the prophets from Halo 2, 3, 1, where they're spouting nonsense and talking about the great journey. This guy could be spouting nonsense and talking about the great Atriox. He's not Atriox, but he's a general of Atriox. And I wanted to see Atriox. Is this guy the main villain, or are we gonna get Atriox? Like, I don't know. I thought Atriox was gonna be the main villain. That's what I heard. Maybe not. It's gonna be the Banished. The Banished are the main villains of Halo Wars 2. We just haven't seen anything but grunts, Covenant, general brutes, and some elite brutes, and this general guy. So I'm very curious to see who else is involved. You find other Marines in this trailer, and you rescue them, and they get on the Warthog and turret and join the passenger side. That's pretty cool. Does that mean like there's that could mean that there's Marines stuck in caves around and they need evac, and then they join you on that ship or the Pelican? And I think this whole game is not going to take place on this little area, because if you're going to find Marines and stuff, where are they going to go? They all going to sit on that Pelican? No. I think another ship's going to come in. It could be the UNS Infinity coming back after leaving because they got so fucked up last time, reinforcements. But I think it's really cool that you find Marines, a la, Halo CE level 2, where you rescued Marines in like 4 different sections. But this, is way better, and hopefully the AI much more competent. They were really funny and good in Halo 1 and 2 and 3, but they ultimately, mostly just died. Also, bring back, Marines killing you if you shoot them. That is hilarious. I love it. If you could have that, that would be awesome. If not, it's okay. I'm still gonna kill the Marines and take their snipers anyways. Otherwise, though, I'm very excited to see. Can you find other Spartans? Can you find ODST soldiers? You could do any kind of rescue missions. Now, who knows how many there could actually be, because doing that requires you to save them, and then they go to the ship, and then do you see them when you go to the ship? Are they part of the crew after that? Can you take them on missions with you? Do the Marines join you? Some of the things that are kind of lost here is, you don't see Chief really working with the Marines a lot. He does that a lot in the campaigns, and it's really cool because, they look at him and they're like, oh my God, it's a Spartan. Now, nowadays, Spartans, they got the Spartan 4s, so they're not as rare, but this is Master Chief. So, you can still have that. And, him working alone most of the time is what he does in the campaign, so you can't really complain about that. but he does have his moments where, he teams up with the Marines and he treats them as equals, and they join him on the missions and all that stuff, even though you can kill them as soon as you start playing. And most of them died anyways, especially on legendary difficulty. So I'm very much looking forward to playing with some other Marines, some AI, get some Covenant guys in there, get some man, I really want to know what happened to Arbiter. People are going to wonder what happened to the Arbiter. I hope that they show what happened to him. I hope he's not dead. Interesting thing I saw in the trailer was banished camps having tanks and mongooses and warthogs and UNSC stuff probably scavenged from the battle. That's pretty cool. You'll be able to find a lot of UNSC stuff on the ground because they had the big battle, and this is 6 months later, so all that stuff became part of their arsenal, and the Master Chief finds it and utilizes it. So it's pretty cool to see all that stuff scattered around the Halo ring. They showed off a Covenant boss whose name was Jaga Erdamni. At first I thought it was, like Jewel Abdama, the guy from Halo 5. I didn't think it was him, but I thought it was, somebody from his clan or whatever. This is a totally different name. And the Covenant speaks. So is that like, do the Covenant and Brutes like the mini bosses? Is he a mini boss? They said that he's hunting you. He's like an assassin. That's pretty awesome. Can you imagine if he was, like a new Arbiter or something? Even though the people aren't in command anymore. He's not the new Arbiter, not like the character. I'm talking about like somebody to take up the Arbiter mantle. He has this new sword. It's like a shorter, very, very short sword next to the regular sword, the energy sword. This looks like a little dagger version of a sword. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'm curious to see how that works. Can we even use it? Is it part of our repertoire? I kind of doubt it. But it would be nice to get a new sword variant like that in multiplayer. A lot of stuff here we will not be able to do in multiplayer, obviously, because it's all mostly campaign stuff. Like upgrading your grappling hook to use electricity. Having this little mini sword. Maybe there's like, you guys see that tree? So let's talk about the tree. The upgrades that you can make to your weapons, to your arsenal, to the Spartan. You can add dashing back. I think you can add like a bunch of the stuff from Halo 5 in here, if people really wanted that. But you can upgrade all your tech to do stuff. So that's pretty awesome. What do you have to find to be able to do that? Do they show it in the trailer? I don't think I saw anything. But what do you have to find to be able to upgrade your Spartan? Upgrade your Spartan abilities, upgrade your grappling hook, upgrade your shield. Can you upgrade your shield to a bubble shield? Can you upgrade your grenades to fire grenades, to electric grenades, to all that stuff? Or do you just find those in the world? So who knows? I like that there's a lot of possibilities. They showed the Forerunner boss lady. She speaks in the trailer. Now, she already looks way more interesting than the Prometheans. I kind of got tired of the Prometheans, especially in Halo 5, when you fight the Guardian like 5 times. He was really cool for like a first boss, though. If they would have just had him maybe twice, I think people would have understood, Have him as a boss once and then have him guard Cortana or something towards the end. But they overused him. And the Prometheans were a little hit and miss in Halo 4. But I am one of the few Didac fans. I thought, he was a cool villain for the Chief, a new guy, new ideas, and they just didn't get a chance to flesh him out. Halo 5 should have fleshed out the Didac. He should have been like a prominent villain, going after the Chief or something, Anyways, I'm getting off topic here. That's a whole nother video. But yeah, I like that you can upgrade your Spartan. I like that you'll be able to make the Master Chief look different. Speaking of which, cosmetics. Can we bring our Spartan into Halo Infinite? Our Master Chief, Wouldn't that be amazing? I don't think so, because there's a lot of pre-rendered cutscenes. Maybe they're not pre-rendered. I can't confirm that. But, there's him in space. There's all this stuff. Maybe you can change him once you get to the ring. You know, that would be awesome. Just how MCC recently allowed you to bring in your custom skins into campaigns. I don't know if you can bring in your Spartans though, but you can bring in your skins, which is awesome. Like, now you can go through Halo CE. We're gonna be customizing our skins. We're gonna make sure we're looking good going into these campaign playthroughs before Infinite comes out. But everybody, that's gonna do it for me. I'm excited for Halo Infinite. I'm excited to play the campaign and see the journey that Chief goes on and find out what the hell happened to the UNSC Infinity and all the people that were on it, his team, Locke's team. Like, that's a lot of Spartans to just kill off. So I'm very curious to see what they're gonna do. This gives me hope, this trailer, and it's looking great. The visuals are much improved, and the sandbox just makes it look like, you know, you can play it your way. There's a lot you can do. There's a lot you can be creative in how you take over these bases. You are the chief. That's what they're giving you here. Some of the, you know, small concerns I have, very small, is, you know, area variety. You know, are we just going to be going through the level Valhalla a million times? Just trees, hills, water, rivers, trees, hill, water, rivers, Covenant area, Banish area. That's where the variety I think is going to come, because I think I read somewhere that they're not going to really change the biomes. They're not going to take you to a sandy area or something like that. And I hope that was wrong. I really do. If not, though, it'll still be great. And that's, like I said, just a small concern. I think the characters look better. I think there's more detail. The brutes have more detail on them. They got hair and stuff now, but they're still not as detailed as you'd think they would be, you know? But you can't really be too picky because these are just generic soldiers in the field. The villain, though, the guy that they showed at the end, you know, one of the guys that's going after Chief, looks great. All the characters that are customized, you know, personally to be going against the Chief, like the Covenant guy, the assassin, and some of the higher level brutes look great. It's the grunts the grunt brutes that just look plain, and I guess they're supposed to be plain. So, you know, just another small concern of mine. But I love the verticality that you can have. I love that you can find vehicle spots that you can spawn vehicles and just fly around. Will you be able to find hidden things, hidden Easter eggs? You know, are they going to put in Easter eggs? There's going to be skulls. You can upgrade your character, upgrade your weapons to do different things. Not weapons, I'm sorry. The skills that you have. So overall, looking great. Can't wait to see more. Chat, if you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button as well, because we're going to be talking about more Halo Infinite. We're going to be talking about other games as well coming up, doing, you know, my thoughts on certain things. And if you want, check out the Twitch streams where I'm streaming like at least 4 or 5 days a week. Check it out. Go over there, give it a follow if you want, and let me know down below. Are you excited for Halo Infinite? If not, you know, what are your concerns? Let me know down below. Have a good evening, everybody. Thanks for watching.